One of our favorite sponsors is back with us, Sunset Lake CBD.
Yeah.
If you're looking for CBD that actually does what CBD is supposed to do, look no further than our friends over at Sunset Lake.
Let me break it down.
Break it down, Mel.
They're sustainably farmed, meaning they avoid pesticides and use sustainable farming practices to preserve the land for future generations. 1. 2, farm to table. They ship the CBD products straight from their door in Vermont directly to your door wherever you're at.
Now that's cool.
And third party tested. They test everything with a third party to ensure quality, dosage, and safety.
You got to go over and check out sunsetlakecbd.com. They have so many products. Break it down for them, Apple.
Well, they've got some new stuff going on. Like they always had pre-rolls, but now they got really cool packaging for it. And you can get CBD pre-roll flights of all their flavors. You can get the heavy hitter flight that also throws in some of their Keef blunts. They have a new CBD recovery body lotion.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other?
The other one with arnica.
The extra strength muscle rub, 3,000 milligram with 5% lidocaine.
So look,
Oh, yeah,
if you're
lidocaine.
sore, this is the stuff you want to rub on your body to make those aches and pains go away. They even have CBD infused coffee, so you can have coffee without the little jitter that you get from caffeine, and you have it in the morning and you start your day off right. Your body feels lubricated. You're going to sleep good.
Yeah, and also they have, if you kind of forget to reorder, they've got subscriptions.
And they're giving the No Simple Road family 20% off.
20% off.
Put
with
in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out at sunsetlakecbd.com. You're going to get 20% off your entire order.
NSR20.
And don't forget those cute little gummy bears.
That's right. sunsetlakecbd.com, one of our favorite sponsors, is back. It's springtime, and it's time to freshen up that wardrobe that you've had hanging in that dingy old closet all year.
How do you know it's dingy?
Because most closets are dingy. Ain't nobody in the closet doing dusting or vacuuming inside the closet.
My closet's immaculate.
Okay, anyway, you should go to shoptourbus.com and check out what they got.
What they got?
The coolest Grateful Dead inspired merch on the online lot or the regular lot anywhere. You're not going to find cooler stuff. I promise you that.
They make hand-screened apparel and merch inspired by the band beyond description. And it's all uniquely packaged and shipped with love from Bridgeport, Connecticut. What more could you want?
They're putting together the Dark Star pre-orders right now, and they're being packed with exclusive 5-inch holographic vinyl slaps, bootlegs, pencils, sweet treats, and some magic diamond disco rings. I mean, what's cooler than that? Go to shoptourbus.com or at shoptourbus on Instagram. You'll see what we're talking about. And when you finally purchase something from them and you're checking out, put in the promo code No Simple Road.
No Simple Road, all one word.
And you are going to get free shipping from their family to our family to you, from us and them, all of us together doing something cool. Shoptourbus.com.
Act quickly.
So next weekend on Friday, we're going to be going to see Phish up at Climate Pledge Arena. And I've never been to Climate Pledge before. And there's lots of things that I want to know about Climate Pledge, but I don't want to ask like some dusty ass wook day of the show out in Pike's Place Market.
First thing I know about Climate Pledge Arena is that they've got a dope coffee shop right next to it.
Well,
KXEP,
if
right
you
there.
knew that, you could go to venuelama.com and you could put that into the Llama base. So this is called venuelama.com. It's an online resource that provides live music fans the insider venue info they need. It's a place where fans can quickly rate venues and share various tips and intel about those venues. Like, I don't know, help me out.
How the security is something I always think about.
That's a biggie.
Where's the closest bathroom?
What's the bathroom sitch like?
Yeah.
What's the parking situation like?
That's another big one. That's the I don't want to ask the Dusty Wook in Pike's Place Market about the parking. They're gonna be like, I don't know, man.
I don't got a car,
$5.
man.
Exactly. Can I borrow yours? Head over to venuelama.com. That's VENUELLAMA.com to sign up for your free Llama account and start rating and sharing your insider venue info today. Llamas can also list their favorite scene-friendly businesses, websites, or podcasts on the VL Friends page. Venue Llama is currently compiling its Llama base with as much helpful information as possible on venues for the following upcoming tours: Dead & Company, Phish, Widespread Panic, Billy Strings, and Goose. Head over, check out the exclusive beta version of Venue Llama today at venuelama.com/NSR. That's VENUELLAMA.com/NSR.
I'm a llama.
No, you're not. we're sitting here looking at the specials for Fire on the Mountain, like talking about how awesome all this shit looks, and I'm like, why are we recording this, man? You guys should go over to Fire on the Mountain if you live in Denver or Portland. I'm just saying, now's the time. They just dropped all their specials for this month, and holy shit, man. Just hip them up, Apple.
Yeah, well, at the Fremont location, grilled skirt steak with balsamic reduction and all kinds of other stuff going on. Honey crisp apple fritters with a sugar glaze.
No. Take me to the deep fried thing.
They got a bitchin' salad at Interstate. So many things, you got to look this up. But then here, there is the fried samosa Girl Scout cookies topped with powdered sugar.
Mel?
My favorite Girl Scout cookie. And then you do that deliciousness to it.
Apple said, I'm going to drive over to Jordan's house and punch him in the mouth.
I said punch him. I didn't say the mouth. Oh,
man.
That's rude.
If you weren't hungry before we started talking, you are now. Go check out Fire on the Mountain if you're here in Portland. 3 locations, 2 in Denver. And hey, if you're not over here in one of these places, don't be sad. Go to portlandwings.com. Order yourself some of the sauces. Get yourself
dope merch.
One of their hats, man. I want one of those.
Their socks are dope too.
Yeah, that's true.
I really like the socks. You like the trucker hat, and then they have those dope cups too. They've got the new silly pint.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
because they're silicone pints.
Yeah, silly pint, just in time for spring.
You could drop it on the floor and then it won't break.
Yeah,
those are great camping ones.
And then if you're still hungry after all that, then you can go over to the Burnside location and get a Reuben burger.
Okay,
damn.
So you feel what you picking up what we're putting down? I think you are. Go check out Fire on the Mountain. It is the Grateful Dead family hooking it up and cooking it up.
Hey everyone, Chris Pandolfi from the infamous String Dusters here to let you know that my podcast, Inside the Musician's Brain, is back on the airwaves for Season 4, which means it's time once again to get deep with influential musicians from all across the musical landscape to really understand and translate the lessons of success, failure, inspiration, and hard work that are behind the music and the artists that we love. My guests this season include Rachel Price from Lake Street Dives, Sam Bush, Chris Wood, Chris Funk from The Decemberists, Lindsay Liu, MC Taylor from His Golden Messenger, and more. Check us out, and thanks for listening.
We're so excited to tell you a bit about today's sponsor, Music Masters Collective. They are a nonprofit organization that produces unique music events, providing opportunities for fans and artists to meet and collaborate in an inspired and creative atmosphere.
Music Masters Collective events give you the opportunity to learn from world-class musicians like Otil Burbridge, Steve Earle, Richard Thompson, former members of the band, the Milk Carton Kids, Nikki Glaspie, the Fab Four, and Sean Colvin, and so many more.
At an event like the Milk Carton Kids Sad Song Summer Camp happening this July, you can expect immersive classes, evenings of entertainment, excellent food, and a space for a lucky group of folks to learn, co-write, workshop, and perform with like-minded peers, all with the guidance of Kenneth Pattengale, Joey Ryan, and some of their favorite songwriters. This all-inclusive week in the Catskill Mountains of upstate New York is guaranteed to be magical. Scholarships are available and spots are extremely limited, so visit www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple to learn more. That's www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple. Check it out. Wow, if only you guys could be here 24/7
for our rehearsal
of this. Holy shit.
Sound check is rough sometimes.
Fuck, man. Oh, hey now.
This is
Hey,
Apple
and Mel
and Aaron and And Darwin.
And Darwin staring out the window,
What, I
wishing the
can't
weather
touch
get
you?
nicer.
No, it's just, what? Is there a bug on me or something?
No.
Okay.
There's some kind of weird thing on you.
Fuzz
though.
on my.
Darwin's getting tired of this weather too. Don't you? He's like,
Yeah.
it's raining, it's pouring. Darwin thinks it's boring. He just stares at it like
It is
Annoyed.
kind of,
Just
it
go
is kind of
away.
frustrating.
I mean,
If
know-
you work with the public, 98.9% of what they talk about is the weather.
Yeah.
So if it's shitty weather, you're going to have shitty attitudes.
okay.
So,
I mean, I guess that is also the first thing that most people talk about when they meet each other too. Is
absolutely.
like,
it's
the
like I said,
weather.
98.9.
We all
That's-
have it in common.
That's how I could be on the phone with my dad for a half hour, and 15 minutes of it is usually weather.
Apple, with those reading glasses on,
Yes.
it's hard to call you Apple. I want to call you Santa Claus.
Especially the way I wear them.
On the end of your nose.
It's like
Speaking of
see
Santa
normal
Claus,
and then read.
Our Phish weekend,
Oh, man.
Aaron and I
Wait,
met Santa Claus.
hold on.
That's a fucking lie. I'm sick of hearing about
All right,
this.
hold on.
Gross,
We got to talk about
this
edible
gross
beets.
Santa.
Hey now. Welcome to the No Simple Road Weekly Rewind. Produced in partnership with the Edible Beats out
Edible
of
beets.
What?
Denver, Colorado.
Edible beets.
You know, I say that they're changing the way you relate to your food. They are also providing people with like these incredible dining experiences where every bite is elevated and it's like vegetable.
like it's a really tall.
Yeah, it's a really tall plate and you have to stand on a ladder. No. Every bite is a journey into food, and like it's really cool what they're doing by giving ownership of the entire company to the employees that work there, and that love and intention is being poured back into all the food. And Justin, who runs the place, is pretty much, I would say, a modern day visionary for how he's built these restaurants, put them together, and is allowing the people that work there to take ownership and do something beautiful. I mean, that's not typical nowadays.
No.
Nowadays, Apple.
I just wanted to read one. I think maybe like for the next few episodes, I just want to read one little blurb about each of
I
the
like that word. blurb.
It is a good
places. And the first one I'll start with is Root Down.
Okay.
Since 2013, Root Down DIA has given travelers an option for healthy, sustainable, and timely food.
This is at the airport at Denver International.
With an abundance of vegetarian, vegan, and gluten-free options, you can get the taste of Root Down even if you're just passing through.
That's cool, man. Even
Yeah.
at the airport, you can see.
That's important right there.
As soon as you get to the airport somewhere and you're hungry, you're like, oh, I have no choice. I'm eating bullshit.
Yep. Yeah, I have to have shitty freaking Taco Bell or whatever, McDonald's
I'll
or
have
whatever.
a Cinnabon and a Starbucks coffee with 30,000 sugars in it.
But not at the Denver airport, because you're going to go to Root Down DIA and you're going to get something healthy, something sustainable, something nutritious that is going to not make you have the shits on the plane.
Well, and
We all know that's a plus.
And since this collaboration with Edible Beats too, we've talked to several. We've had a couple conversations, and like people at your work talking about it, and they're like, "What? I'm going there next time. I've seen it. I go to Denver and I've seen it, but never gone in there. I'm going next time."
Yeah, I can't wait until Dick's weekend so we can go check out a couple of those spots. I know that
Absolutely.
Ophelia's is on the list, and more to come on that.
L5,
everybody.
And we're going to do Root Down at the airport.
Oh,
We will do that.
I'll go to L5 by myself and spend the money on an Uber just to go
No
eat at
one's gonna
L5.
make you
everybody's
go by
gonna make you go by
yourself.
yourself. We'll
I'm
go
just
with
saying.
you, man.
No,
That's
you just
how-
say,
that's
fine,
how
take your own
dedicated I
Uber,
am.
and
Apple's
then
going
Aaron
by
and I will
himself.
go on our own, I guess.
Yeah,
Take a
yeah.
different day.
We should just go different trips.
So
I'm
anyway,
just that's my dedication to it. I'll just be like, screw Saturday night fish. I'm going to eat paella.
Oh my gosh.
So,
that I'm not even gonna
not that
not
extreme.
even gonna comment on what you just said. So, Phish started their spring tour this past weekend, and
Yeah,
Did they
did.
start their tour or their tour?
tour.
Tour bus.
Anyway,
Their 3-hour tour.
an 8-show stint down the West Coast, and the No Simple Road crew and family showed up in Seattle, and oh my gosh.
It was I.
Oh, really? It was just
It was all right.
No, it was one of the best weekends I've actually ever had, to be honest.
Okay.
Like it really, aside from anything with my family, I'll say that because, you know, when I see my family, that's my favorite thing ever. But this weekend, getting to be with the group of people that we were with was something that I don't think could have gone any better.
No, the
definitely.
personalities that were mixed in the group that we had couldn't have been more compatible and hilarious.
That's a good combination.
Yes, there was a lot of hilarity.
A lot of compatibility and hilarity to be had.
I think my favorite part of the weekend, we went up, Jordan and Jamie, who own Fire on the Mountain, went up with us. And on Saturday night, after the show, back at the Airbnb, it's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm thinking, you know, we're just going to hang out. Maybe, you know, we had a cake. We were going to cut into this cake.
They got a fish donut cake, special made.
And I said something about the cake to Jordan, and Jordan's like, oh no, I'm making quesadillas. And I was like, okay, come on, bullshit. No.
Oh no, they had a whole plan. I tell you, I Ubered back with them and I started getting excited halfway home, which was like 25 minute ride. They're like, man, I'm hungry. And they started getting a game plan, which I thought was the cutest thing ever. It's like, okay, you're going to get the pork. You're going to get that going. I'm going to do the cheese and this and that. Like they had a game plan for as soon as we got there to get quesadillas going, because if they didn't, it would have got all screwed off and we would have not eaten. Oh my God.
I was still at that point pretty much hanging from the ceiling, and I didn't really believe that quesadillas were going to happen. And okay, quesadillas, you're going to take some tortillas and some cheese and you're going to just do your thing. No. We're sitting in the living room of this Airbnb, and Jordan comes walking around the corner with a serving platter.
The only thing he was missing was like a little apron tied from it.
And a name tag. And for our first course, we have a slow cook pulled pork quesadilla with an ancho chili sauce, and like broke it down and served everybody with these little plates.
And like killer, the cheese they had was killer. It wasn't your regular cheese either. It was so well done.
Oh my God.
I wish I was in the mood for it because it looked incredible, but I could not.
I put a bite of it in Mel's mouth, and she did the little kid thing. She fucking pushed her tongue like forward, like, and just spit it all over her shirt.
I didn't care. I did not care. I did not want. It looked good because you know, like you eat with your eyes. You're like, ooh, everybody's having that and you want it,
especially when you're a little sponge.
And the second I put it in my mouth, I was like, what am I doing? This is too much flavor. I can't have it. And then my tongue just spit it out. It like punted it out of my mouth.
When that worked, I was there playing cleanup forever. He kept him and Jamie giving plates to everybody, and then they're like setting them down. I'm like, okay.
It was probably one of the best quesadillas I've ever eaten in my entire life, and to boot, one of the funniest things I've ever experienced in my life.
That was your favorite part of the whole weekend?
That was one of the funniest things I have ever experienced.
Because there was a lot of really good parts.
I tell you, our entire routine post when the concert got over Saturday night. Okay. The entire evening was so fun and funny.
So fun.
Trying to wrangle a group.
We did great.
Of 11 spun wooks. Trying
I'm
to
not
go
a wook,
all,
so there's 10.
Okay,
then.
11 spunions leaving that place.
No offense, wooks. I'm just not one.
It's next to impossible. And we're walking out of the venue. We haven't left yet, and everybody is continually getting split up into smaller increments. Like at first, all 10 of us are walking out, and then
that was a big deal.
Then it's 2 5s, and then it's a 6 and a 4, and then a 2 and an 8. And
at one point we had way more than 11.
Oh yeah, because we had, I'm going to say this right now, Audrey, you win MVP of the night on Saturday night.
He helped me out of the fountain.
She is so on her shit, man. I was sitting there, Tiffany called me. She's like, where are you guys? I don't fucking know where we are. I know we're in Seattle.
Yeah, I was going to say, Seattle.
I know we're in Seattle. She's like, oh, me and Ben are. Want. I don't know where they are. Audrey snatches the phone from my
disappears,
face, takes it away. Next thing, she comes back with Ben Tiffany and Ansley and Graham out of freaking nowhere. And then next thing, okay, so cool. We start to proceed. We're going to finally find this freaking fountain that
we've been looking for since 2 days.
Friday night. We didn't know about it. We're trying to find it. We get there. Well, I get there and it's a freaking spaceship, mushroom, LED.
And it was hard to find. Audrey couldn't believe we didn't find it Friday night, but when we got shown it Saturday night, then it made sense. It was like you had to go recessed up on the hill, and then it's recessed, like a UFO landed, like a crater.
So we're all standing in a group, and we're walking out of the venue. We're not out yet, and I put up my hand, and I'm like, "Come on, family! Everybody, follow me!" And
you
we
just
start
took a
walking
hard
out,
left,
and all of a sudden I look behind me, and there like 50 people are behind me, following me through this hallway, and I have no idea where I'm going. And I think I was following like Jason or something.
No, you were in the very front. You were the first one to go through the door because the crew that was behind us were like, are we supposed to go that way? And I turned around and looked at him. I go, oh, my friend is on another planet right now, so it's a crapshoot. It's a 50-50, but we'll end up somewhere. And they're like, okay, let's follow him. And then everybody else, it was you open the new cattle stall and everybody just went.
But we get outside and it's mayhem outside the venue.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, imagine the entire inside of the Phish show in one long, like, outside hallway kind of thing, and just tanks everywhere, and
there were so many nitrous tanks.
And
oh my god, one fight. There was not multiple fights. It was the slow-mo, totally hilarious.
And it was funny because that word "wook" gets used sometimes too much, but everybody in the crowd was everybody's going "wook fight, wook." It was two dudes. One had kind of shorter hair, the other guy had dreads, and they had each other in a death grip by the hair. Two dudes, death grip by the hair, swinging each other around and trying to punch, but it was like they're hitting each other with their forearms
in slow-mo.
Everybody was just laughing and like,
so
come
weird.
on, man, that vibe doesn't belong here. No. And then the cops, like in their body armor, everything, they came out of nowhere. Yeah, they were nowhere to be seen. All of a sudden they popped up, split the two people up, and then they disappeared again.
Yeah, also, shout out to security and the policemen at the arena that night. Climate Pledge. They were visible, yet they were not annoying. They were there to help, but not to interfere. They were there for help, but not to take away like fun. It was... I was so impressed by them. And I wanted to say that because all the time security and cops, everybody's like always talking shit. No, they were exactly what you want on a fun night. You just want to have a good time with your friends. You don't want to get, harassed. None of that happened. They were just literally making sure people weren't fighting and people weren't doing dumb stuff. Be
that for the first night of Friday when we saw Garrett. He got balloons and we're saying they're having a balloon. And the security comes up to us, was like, hey, and he did like this maneuver, like he's getting ready to run. And she's like, no, don't run. Don't put the balloon. Don't get rid of the balloon. You spent good money on that. We want you to have fun. Just go on the other side of those poles right there so you're not our responsibility.
Yep. When you fall down and do the land.
Yeah.
I talked to one of the security ladies on Saturday night, and she just had this look on her face like, Jesus Christ, because there was just so much going on before the show. And I looked over and I was like...
Which I'm sure is typical.
I go, look, you're doing a great job. And she goes, we're letting a lot of things slide this weekend that we normally wouldn't slide. She's like, but just people are just doing drugs just out in the open. And, just have some respect. And I was like, you're not going to control this. Just let it happen. And
that's what they did. The whole of the security, like Mel was saying. I mean, that was the most smoky, smoke-free arena I've ever seen. Like when we're going in, it's like this is a smoke-free environment. No smoking will be tolerated, and I never saw them bother anybody.
Nobody.
No. So we get out there and we finally get in a group, and then we take a picture together.
Which, again, thank you, Audrey.
Yeah.
She's the one who made it happen.
She was a boss.
That's what I'm saying. She's freaking MVP.
Jason, get all of them in line. I'm going to get somebody to take our picture. You better be ready.
And
we were.
We take the picture, and then I turn around and everybody's gone. And I'm there with like Cody. And I'm like, what happened to Mel? I don't know. Everybody just disappeared off into the
everybody
vapor.
Everybody was ready to go.
Nobody was ready to go. We spent an hour in that fountain.
Everyone except for Cody and Aaron had the directions, and we all left. All of a sudden, now Mel's in trouble because Aaron doesn't know where she's at. I was sitting at the fountain for at least 15 minutes. I called you on the phone, and you
answer. I go, where are you? Like, I'm in the fountain. And I'm like, what does that mean? I'm in it.
Into the fountain.
I'm just in it.
Don't get your phone wet.
I was having a great time.
See,
me, Ansley, and Tiffany, and Graham, we were having the moment of all moments, talking about life and beauty and how fun this was and blah, blah, blah. Next, you know, I get a frantic call from Dad saying, where are you? Like, no, where are you? You're the one who didn't follow. Everybody else was like that. If it was just me, then I would have understood. Everybody else was there.
You're doing better than me because I never once that evening ever heard the inkling of a plan of anything. I just kept following different people. I was with Abe at one time, and then I'm off with Connor, and then the only time I ever heard of any semblance of a plan is when we were all hanging out at the fountain having fun, and Jamie was like, "Okay, I'm taking charge, and I'm going to lead," and we all started following her for about 5 seconds. And then it was me, her, and Connor. They started going up the embankment, and I stopped, and I was like, hey, guys, ain't nobody following now. And looked back, and there was like 3 people, 4 people, 2 people.
I couldn't get out of the fountain, dude.
That was funny.
Exactly.
Why couldn't get out of the fountain?
I got a laughing fit.
That's the hardest I've heard you laugh.
I laughed probably for an hour straight.
It was a maniacal, like gut-wrenching
I couldn't
laughter.
Stop. And it was like, well, first of all, everybody kept splitting up. So I told Cody was basically sober. And I was like, Cody, be a sheepdog. And so he started barking at everybody. And for whatever reason, it was the funniest shit I had ever seen in my entire life. And it wouldn't stop. And it was,
and Cody wouldn't stop once he was getting tee-hee revenge.
Yes. And so once he saw that it was making me laugh, he would wait until I was just catching my breath and then get me again. And it lasted, I don't know.
I don't think I was there for that.
Oh my God. Almost all the way to the Uber.
You were there. It was happening the whole time we were all down by the fountain.
Yeah, I was in my own vibe. I was in my own little world.
Yeah, we were all doing our own little groups. It was cliquish.
It was very clicky.
Very cliquish. It was the coolest experience being there with all those people up in Seattle.
And we had an opportunity to cheer on the second MVP, and it just wasn't of the night. I think Abe's the MVP.
Runner up.
No, not runner up. He's got his own title.
No, he was the MVP of Saturday night. He got declared.
That's right.
Oh, did he?
And we had cheered.
And he got a little embarrassed.
It was
too.
because of
cool.
all of his previous amazing actions also. So this was like Abe's been MVP for a hot minute.
Okay.
But to be able to cheer him on, and he was getting a little embarrassed, and I was like, I just walked up to him and like whispered in his ear. I was like, Abe, it's your turn. That's all there is to it. When it's Uncle Howie's turn, it's his turn. But it's your turn now, so you just got to take it.
The whole group is going, Abe.
We were doing it so long, and the people along the embankment started yelling Abe too. People just join in and we're like, Abe.
He deserved every second of it.
He did.
He really did. He's
one of the funnest people to hang around every time we see him.
He's always got everybody's back. 2, he always gives sweet gifts. 3, he's always down to help. 4, he's a sweetie Petey. That's all there is.
I can't argue with any of that.
I agree with all the above.
And let's talk about, we got to take Connor to his very first Phish show.
Ooh, yeah, we did.
That was really special. Connor, thank you so much for just your presence and your input and your sense of humor and just all of it. We had such a good time with you.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Getting to
he's hooked.
To see that experience on his face on Friday night was priceless.
I know Friday night too. He was telling us the next morning and stuff, but when the Martian Monster, when they started doing, he's all, there's a point where I seriously thought like the arena was getting abducted or something with all the noises going on.
I remember feeling like that when the Dead would get really deep into space.
Wow.
I would be like, oh, this is it. The aliens are communicating.
We're
with
so
us
far
now.
out there, we're never coming back.
That's it.
So I wanted to say something because I realized I'm not the only one who does this. I think everybody has done or will do this. When you go see your favorite band, Phish, Dead and Company, Goose, whatever, and you go to a 1-2 night run and maybe it was not what you thought. It was like, oh, I mean, it was good, but ... And how dare us be like that? Because what do we expect? Everybody to get a home run at every single time that they bat? It's impossible to do. Friday night, I was a little low energy, even though I was like so happy to be there. I was like so excited, so stoked that everybody was there. We were like all happy, but I wasn't getting it
For
from
the
Friday
first
night.
set.
The first set, I was, I just wasn't. I mean, I was, like I said, I was fine, but I could have went to sleep and I would have been fine too. That's how I felt.
And then the second set started.
And I had a little bit more energy and there was definitely some more moments. But like, so Friday night, it just, musically, it wasn't my favorite.
When we got home on Friday night, you and Jamie proceeded to talk shit.
Oh, yeah.
And like,
and I meant every word of it.
It just wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. There just wasn't enough funk tonight. There was, and I was like, oh shit, they're talking shit.
Yeah,
I was like,
talking shit.
I was like, keep it up, ladies, please keep doing it, keep talking.
Well,
Because
and then
what happens?
What happened Saturday night
Then they
blew
come
my
with it.
fucking eyebrows away. And I was like, whoa. Well, Saturday,
Trey
like,
heard you talking
this is
shit.
what I love. I love when I can't deny it. It's like, oh yeah, it's good, but I'm just kind of like, sidestepping, not anything. I love it when I can't even help how fucking good it is. And I'm moving in ways that I don't even intend on moving. And that's what happened Saturday night. But I was thinking about it this past weekend and I was like, well, what do I think I am? Every single song / every single set / every single concert is supposed to be amazing.
Yes.
No, it's not supposed to be that way. It's not. And it isn't. And that's fine. It's totally fine. But I was like disappointed.
I don't think I've ever felt like that with Phish. Every Phish show is the best fucking show I've ever been to every time. And that's why I love going to see them. I've never gone and been like, that wasn't funky enough or that wasn't this enough. It's just like, that was fucking awesome. What they did was killer.
Well, I can just tell by my attitude. Like if I'm in it, I don't need to complain about shit because I'm just about it.
Is that expectations?
No, because I didn't expect shit on Friday. I didn't know what was going to happen. I wasn't feeling the music that they were playing. Like legitimately, I wasn't feeling those songs. I like those songs that they played. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't like into it. I wasn't excited about it. I was just
and you're not the only one. You weren't alone on that.
Exactly.
There's quite a few people. I felt that way up until I got my Steam, which I didn't realize until Aaron's like, dude, it's Steam. It was like a minute into it I'm like, nah.
Well, I love Steam, and even Steam was just okay for me. And that's what I was like, okay, like, that's cool. But like I said, Saturday night, I couldn't have done that if I wanted to because
they came out from the first note. From the first note.
When you get mushed, that's what I felt like.
Mushed is when you get like pushed on your head.
Yeah, on behind your head. It felt like I got mushed like by Phish.
Trey was like, whatever, boom.
Take that.
Yeah, man, the Saturday night show was extremely powerful.
And it was just you and me, which was not just like we had Joe and Joe behind us, which was awesome. But it was just you and I because Apple and Cody went to another side. Jordan and Jamie were across the way. Tiffany and Ben were with their kids. And, Audrey and Jason, they were with their people. And we was just me and you. And it was just like a rare. That was a really rare occurrence and it felt really good and it was really cool.
And it was cool too. Like
Fred Armisen was next to us.
I know, totally.
Was that
Jacob.
the older guy?
His name was
Jacob.
Jacob.
Oh, that's when I was gonna come to my seat, and he was next to you, and it was already crowded. I didn't want to walk past people, and I didn't want to ditch Cody. So we were like, let's go wander. Let's go find some spots.
We had an opportunity, you and I, to like individually spend time with everybody that we came with. It was
Yes.
really cool on Saturday night to have the
Yes.
opportunity to really get to know Jordan and
Bonding.
Jamie and dance with them and, you know, just do the thing.
That's what I think to me was the best part of the trip, was the bonding experience that we had as a group, because, you know, of course, me and you and Apple are so comfortable with each other. We know each other. And then also we're comfortable with everybody that went, because we've been friends with everybody for a while. But they weren't all friends yet, and they were just getting to know each other. So being able to see the relationships develop organically and like naturally, that was such a cool thing to, and then also deepen our connection with everybody too, because at the end of the night, like we kind of got split in two separate groups, you know. And I was able to go upstairs and talk, or I was staying upstairs, and I was able to talk to Jordan and Jamie, just like learn more about them. And me and Tiffany were up there, and that was so, again, it was just
quality time.
It was QT. And then later on, I went in the jacuzzi, and then we were all up to like 4 or something in the morning, just being in the jacuzzi, talking and laughing and giggling. Like that to me was just as good as the concert.
That's one thing I love with Jamie and Jordan. They're both very good, like kind of interviewers.
Mm-hmm.
They ask like the right questions, and you get like getting to know them is,
We gotta have
really
them on the
fun.
show.
Yeah, we will.
Seeing Ben anytime at a Phish show is one of my favorite things to see.
Ben's excitement is enough for everybody.
Yeah, Ben and Tiff, man, those two are
they were-
so much fucking fun to go to shows with.
And they had their
energy
baby
is
there.
dope.
So which Aaron and I and Apple were going to be going to, we're going to be going to Skull and Roses coming up. But then at the end of that, we're going to be going to Phish with Sydney and Adam. And that's going to be our first time as parents with Sydney and Adam at the Hollywood Bowl seeing Phish. And so like seeing Ansley and Graham with Ben and Tiff, and just that connection that they make by being in the same arena and listening to the same songs and together, like it made me miss Sydney so much and Adam, but also so happy
We're gonna have so much fun
for that family to like bond again. It's like this bonding experience.
Well, and that's kind of what I mean, we're already a half hour into this, but what I wanted to talk about today is something that I brought up on the ride home. You know, our crew goes, we rent this Airbnb together. There was 11 of us at the Airbnb, and then, you know, Jason, Audrey, Uncle Howie, Abe, and
Cody.
Well, Cody was at our Airbnb. And we all had this like amazing bonding experience and this like soul filling time with each other that like makes us family. And it's almost like sad when it's over. Like Jamie was like, I'm gonna miss you guys now, and I felt the exact same. I feel the exact same way. Like I miss all of them now. Like I wish we had a huge 100-acre property and we all had houses on it. We all live there, but
Someday.
I realized that like every crew that you see walking by, most of them are having the same experience. Like while I was in the show, I was like, holy shit, all these groups of people are experiencing that same feeling of togetherness and connection and love and community with each other and with us, whether they know us or not. And it's happening at every show. All the time.
Because
and
go ahead, sorry.
And I told Mel on the ride home, I was like, I want to like highlight a crew every month on our Instagram page. Like if you want your crew highlighted on No Simple Road, DM us, tell us a story about, you know, something about your crew, send us a picture and we'll highlight you guys. Like I think that would be cool to build the community like that, because we're all there having that similar experience with each other in the music. And that's what the beauty of going to these shows is.
Well, and even though the 11 of us were together, each one of our separate 11 people of us, like, we all knew people there too. We could have hung out with so many other different people. Like, I know Jordan and Jamie, they left early Friday night to hang out with some of their friends. And then
Joe and Jordan
showed up. And then we saw Garrett and Bianca. And then we saw Burns Willie Burns with his crew and
Krista and Sean.
So many different people that are doing the same thing. And also, like, it's growing that Phish community too. Like, it's growing your little community, and then it's also growing the greater Phish community. Do you know what I mean? Like, so there's 11 of us. Then we've got, the other two so that's, 13, or then we've got this other 3 over here. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's this 20,000, person arena, and about half of us know each other. In one way or another.
And there's a whole bunch of people. Like, one of the most exciting things for any person or crew or whatever is taking somebody to their first show.
Yeah.
That's happening every single show.
Yeah.
More and more being brought into the fold. And it is such the coolest thing to bring somebody to their first show, to watch their facial expressions, and because they don't know all the cues and the different things that are happening, but you catch on quick.
Yeah.
And I like it, like especially Saturday night when me and Cody took off and we went like Page side, which isn't like the best seats, but the sound was so good in that arena.
Yeah, it really
sounded good everywhere. We stopped at one point behind the band because it was almost sold out. The seats behind the band were packed. It was hard to find 2 seats somewhere together, and it sounded good behind them. And then we got on the side and we're looking down at Page, which gave us the point of the band looking out at the arena.
Isn't that crazy to be able to see that?
Dude, watching like the rail riders and everything, and when those lights hit on the certain vocals and stuff, and everybody is yelling with the most exuberant, happy voice in the world, and the smiles, the entire place. It's insane.
A lot of energy.
The energy.
We haven't even talked about that new light rig.
Yeah, which I didn't know that until you mentioned that, which made sense because we saw stuff that we hadn't seen at a Phish show before as far as that lighting rig goes. It's amazing.
The experience is being like constantly being elevated for the concert goer. I know Goose is doing it. I know Phish is doing it. Like the lighting experience for me, I'm usually somebody that dances with my eyes closed, and I was not doing that at this show. I was fascinated by what was going on that stage. Like the way the trusses come down and the lights are spinning and then they're jerking back and forth and it's making different shapes and it's blasting people with rays of color. And like,
it's got spinning lights and bobbing lights, and it's
and the classiness of them paying homage to Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, that is Isabella.
Like, it's really cool that they're that talented already. It's really cool that they are so, like you said, they're upping their game constantly with lights and different sounds and whatever. But like, even down to small things like that, like paying attention to, paying homage to friggin' Jimi Hendrix in his hometown, like that is a piece of like Phish news that will go on for years and years to come. Like, oh man, you guys got an Isabella. I've never gotten an Isabella. Like that, they keep it fun. It's kind of like Garbage Pail Kids, like, ooh, do you have this one? Did you see that one? Like, oh, I've got the match to this one. Like, it's such a cool,
like a badge
fun
of
thing.
honor to get these shows. Well, and that Isabella, I mean, because it was on from the first note, but then they did Isabella, like that was like 4th song in or something. And when he stopped, then the whole place got silent, and Trey goes, well, that was fun. That like set a whole new precedent for the rest of the night because the crowd went crazy when he said that. And then from there on, it was just got even to be more of a heater.
I'm continually blown away by the energy towards the end of a second set Phish show. Like what's happening inside that arena is so intense.
Yeah.
The thing
it's
that's
palpable.
going on is, and it's 40 years old intense. It's not brand new intense. It's seasoned. those guys, man, it's this gigantic organism that is just like pulsing with energy. And it's really like, you could kind of take it for granted if you're going to shows all the time that, yeah, that's what happens, man. But think about that for a second. Like, as human beings, we're not doing that very often. We're not in sync with something, with other people like that very much.
No, there's the opportunity is not created that often for huge groups of people like that.
And
that's one reason we love this so much.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, you're there with this crew of people that you've done this with over and over again. So you've learned this thing together over time, and they've learned this thing. The band has learned this thing together over time. And we as a community have learned it as a whole over time. And I'm serious, man. Like, I kind of like stepped out of it for a minute on Saturday night, like towards the end of the second set. And I was just like in awe, just watching the waves of energy go through the crowd and back to the band, and watching how it would like manifest as different sounds. And like, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening right now. Like, and then right back into it. But just to take a bird's eye view for a moment and be like, holy shit, this is alien almost at this point. And 40 years in, like, I don't know. It's just amazing to me. It's totally amazing. And I just wonder, like, from their perspective, when that show is over, what does that feel like? Like, are you just like spent? Because I know I'm
sure there's some portion of that, and then also energized, and then also like fucking stoked, and then also like, I need a fucking drink. Like, you have to have the gamut of emotions, because that's what the concert takes you through. A gamut of emotions. First, you're like nervous, like anticipation, excited. Then you're like, oh shit, they opened with ... you know? And then next thing you know, you're grooving. Got to go to the bathroom, got to go pee, come back, high-fiving. Like, they have to be the same way.
And I think it'd take a while to come down after a show. Like, your adrenaline would be going so much, even if you were tired. If I was like Trey or Mike or one of them, I'd have like an alter ego, like an actual costume for certain nights where I could dress up and like put on a wig and stuff and go out in the crowd by the fountain to hang or to hear what everybody's saying, because it was amazing how many people Saturday night were saying, fuck it, I'm calling in the rest of the, you know, I'm,
oh shit, really?
Well, especially this, like an 8 show run down the West Coast. That's pretty easy to do.
Right.
You're not bouncing all over. You don't have to catch plane flights. You can hop in your car and ride all the way down the coast to Hollywood and then go back home. And it's all within a week.
It's crazy.
So I mean, this is like the kind of tour that would make it easy to do stuff like that. And it seems like they may have facilitated that for people to, you know.
I can't.
That in itself, that forethought of doing that is so sweet. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to do this West Coast and we're going to make it this way so it could be easy if somebody would want to do that. Well, I don't know if they're thinking in that way.
Of course they are. They've got to.
Because they have to travel that way also. So for them, it's the same way. But
well, they could hop on a plane. You know what I mean? They could have.
Not if you're doing it the next fucking night, though. Like, that's a lot to do.
And I don't know if you guys saw, but Trey is putting up those Instagram videos of the crew. And he put the lead truck driver up, and they showed how many semis are at each show. There was like 5 semi truck with trailers that for each show. That's wild, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of equipment.
Crazy.
That's a lot. I mean, that their lighting rig alone. I mean, Page's keyboards and grand piano alone.
Yeah, right.
And
just a grand piano.
I mean, yeah. That is a lot they got going on that stage. I couldn't imagine setting up that lighting rig and tearing it down town to town.
Okay, it's a
feat of, it's a modern marvel that
Yeah, it is.
What is a city without its music?
The legacy of the New York Philharmonic is incredible.
Nearly 2 centuries of history. That's a lot of music and a lot of stories.
I was sitting on stage for the very first time thinking, I can't quite believe this is happening.
Join me, Jamie Bernstein, as we explore the history of the New York Philharmonic. It's the NY Phil story made in New York, a podcast about a city, its people, and their orchestra. Listen wherever you get podcasts.
Out of this run, if you have to pick one song that was the highlight of the 2 shows for you, one song, pick one.
I can. I don't remember. I don't remember.
I'll pull up the set list for you.
yeah,
Apple, do you have an idea?
To me, I just automatically jumped to that Isabella because it was so awesome to hear them doing that, and it really set the tone for that entire Saturday night evening in the Seattle show.
So the first night was Blaze On.
Well, no, don't read it. Just give me.
Okay.
You go.
I know
you
for sure what mine was. When the Circus Comes to Town. That song got me.
Well, it definitely wasn't Friday night. So
that was Saturday. Yeah,
this
it was
is
Saturday night. Yeah.
This is
the one
Friday
you're looking
night.
at is Friday night.
Oh, I knew.
When the Circus Comes to Town is one of my favorite Phish songs. Period. But
which is a Los Lobos cover.
Yep.
Which is interesting.
Here,
even like that, the Ruby Waves in the second set was like one of the most jamming Ruby Waves I've heard.
Oh,
like everything was a little elevated.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
No, I was just saying. Okay, so before we left for Seattle, Aaron was like, "Hey, Mel, do you have a song that you are chasing?" And I was like, thinking about it, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to see Velvet Sea." And you looked at me like I was the stupidest person in the room. You're like, "What?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, not like a fast song. And I'm like,
I didn't look at you like you were stupid.
No, you
I looked
did.
at you like you were crazy because you're always like,
you want
dance. First Tube. I want
the
2001.
dance.
I want Golden Age.
I didn't want that. I wanted Velvet Sea. And you're like, okay, I like the vibe that Velvet Sea brings with it. There's a certain reflection period and a certain like softness, and it does something. Like it creates a space for you to feel something.
Yeah.
And I wanted that feeling.
And that one Saturday night was beautiful.
It was so good.
The Harry Hood, the whole show.
Well, and then end it with the "Say It to Me, Santos" with everybody chanting,
Hi-ho,
and
hi-ho,
then
hi-ho.
to head out into the night was like, wow, right on. You guys ended this well.
It's in my opinion, the ultimate family experience right now. Going to a Phish show.
Well, I mean, when we say family, we're not meaning.
Yeah, I don't mean you and the
toddlers.
kids, man. You know what I'm
So
saying.
yeah, no,
It's the ultimate crew,
Yeah,
getaway.
yes.
For you and your crew.
I mean, there's other amazing bands out there. Don't get me wrong. I love all of it, but this is 40-year-old killing it, top of their game.
marinated.
Yeah, this is dope. And we get to go to Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, we sure do.
Actually, this will have come out after
we've
we
done
went.
all that.
Yeah, after we went.
So
we will be heading to the airport in LA when this comes out Monday
Yeah.
morning.
So are you hoping for anything at the Hollywood Bowl, Mel?
I would love to see one of my faves with my daughter. One of my favorite songs, 2001, some kind of freaking, yeah, I guess I would love to see that with my daughter. For me to see one of the songs that gets me pumped with her so she could
Party time.
feel that vibe. Yeah. Look, I've been saying I wanted a party time opener since I've been saying I
Since
wanted
the
an
Gorge.
opener because it puts a precedent for the night. That's all there is to it. Like if you're talking about party time in the beginning of a show, we already know what's going to happen the rest of the show.
That's true.
We already know. You're not going to come out with some freaking, 42-minute
pants.
freaking, like slow song. No, you're going to get it.
Doo-doo pants. We're going to do doo-doo pants.
All right, Apple, what do you want to see?
Funny enough, I want to see it. It's not a Phish song. It's a Ghost of the Forest song. I want to see I'm About to Run. All about to rock. I
That's
love
a great one.
that fucking song. I got my steam.
There's
Those
a
are
lot of
two my
songs that I like that I
favorites.
don't know the names of, and so I can't really say that what I want.
Bathtub gin's always fun. Good bathtub gin, sloppy swoosh.
That's okay. Wow. I was actually thinking about this last night, and I don't have anything on my list right now.
What?
Yeah.
All right, we got to go now. Aaron's running a fever. We're gonna get him in an ice bath.
I don't.
He asked the questions and then doesn't have an answer.
You were fulfilled by Seattle.
I was, man.
You're like up for anything.
They could play Happy Birthday, man. I don't know.
You know, it'd be dope in the Hollywood Bowl is if they did a Doors cover.
Oh,
like how they did.
Have they ever done a Doors?
Hendrix up there. If they did something,
has Phish done Doors before though?
They did L.A. Woman.
Oh, really?
At Halloween in 21. Yep.
Okay.
Right on.
Well, that'd be sweet down at the Hollywood Bowl to do something, and I'm sure they'd pick something weird.
I'd love a
from their
Beach
catalog.
Boys cover.
Susie Greenberg would be cool. I like Susie Greenberg.
I like the Susie Greenberg we saw in
Mexico.
Oh, in Mexico, not at Dick's.
That was really fun. Yeah, man, we got more Phish. Everybody, we got
more Phish. We got 5 days of Skull and Roses.
Wow. How you feeling about Skull and Roses, Apple?
I'm feeling it. In fact, today I was a little nervous getting packed and stuff. Not like bad nervous, but just like kind of like I had to stop myself. It's like, okay, go sit down for a minute and calm down. There's no reason to be getting anxious about it. And
agita.
And I was getting kind of anxious about it, but I agree.
What kind of anxious for you, man?
The anxious part comes from the traveling, not necessarily being like, once we're there, it's awesome. I wish we could just like be there.
Yeah,
it's the fucking driving, the airport shit, the airplane shit. I'm not looking forward to at least on the airplane. I can get up and walk around. I can go to the bathroom whenever I want. It was with me still recovering from my surgery. That was the worst thing of the weekend was the drive to Seattle and back. Maybe very uncomfortable and got me inflamed again a little bit and stuff. But you know, the traveling part is what makes me nervous. The we got to be there in the morning, and I've never missed a flight in my fucking life.
You never will with us.
No, but I always think I'm going to. There's a part of me, a small part of me that's like, you're going to miss it. And it's like,
only if it snows.
No, you're not.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and then if you do,
so what? Like,
figure
work it out.
Yeah, you do work it out.
Yeah, but a little bit of nerves today, but I'm looking forward to it. Like we'd both mentioned it. Like this festival seems, it's not like a big festival that's overwhelming. It's like a cool hangout with all your favorite friends in a park down on the beach in California. Yeah. It's very relaxing. We know
it is a relaxing festival.
We know it well. Ventura is a dope. It's not a hustle bustle town. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful down there.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking forward to this weekend, baby?
I'm looking forward to seeing all our people, man. Like just all of them. We've made some really good friends down there.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see all those people. And I'm also excited to this is going to sound silly, but I'm excited to see the Garcia Birthday Band play there.
Me too.
Yes.
That's like our hometown homies.
That's not silly at all. I think it's amazing that they're doing that. Like, kudos, guys. We love you. Garcia Birthday Band, shout out eternally on No Simple Road. We love you. And so proud of you guys. You deserve it. And it's a big deal to be on that stage with so many other bands that also work their tail off to be there, Yeah.
And when we saw Scott there last year, we were all out. We were like, "Why aren't you?" He's like, "I don't know."
Well,
you are now.
Boom! A year later, and Dogs on the Pile.
That's what I was just going to say. I'm excited to see those guys too.
I'm really excited about the Latin Dead. There's nothing that I want to see more than that group on Thursday at 3:35. So excited about that. Like, I feel like I already want to cry about it. Who knows? Maybe who knows how it'll be, but I'm just excited about that type of music in that scene for like their third or fourth performance. Like, it's brand freaking new for them. Like, that is going to be iconic. It really is.
I'm also excited to try out using the live stream stuff.
Yeah,
there
that'll be fun.
to like walk around the shakedown and talk to people and live stream it. And yeah.
Are we going to be able to do that? Walking?
I think so this time.
Hopefully it should have good reception there, better than like
we're
when
gonna
you guys
give it a
had
shot.
at Dick's.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm looking forward
And I'm
to
looking
that.
forward to the lot too. That lot is super fun. That lot reminds me more just like the venue of a Grateful Dead Jerry show than any other thing I've seen since then.
And I'm a little stoked to hang out at our Airbnb with Mike.
Yeah, man.
That's going to be super fun.
We get to see Mike again.
Wicked awesome, baby.
Me and the guys again.
Yeah, always.
As per usual.
Hey, Mel. Let's see. It's Monday right now. You and I are getting home today. We're going to sleep in our bed for one night. In the morning, you and I get up and drive to Eugene to go see Goose.
That's right.
We're staying at the Graduate. It's going to be dope.
Yeah, maybe we'll have breakfast with our son in the morning, or no, we can't do that. He's at work, but whatever.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
I was tempted to try to do it and make it happen, but I got 2 nights sleep, and then I got to fly back to Fresno for 4 days for my nephew's wedding.
Anyway.
No, dude, Apple, you have a whole really cool thing that's going to be going on, and you deserve to take it easy.
Go into it fresh.
Yeah.
Well, like this week, I'm proud of myself. I had fun, but I took it easy also when I needed to, because I went from 0 to 100. I went from 1 month of not really leaving the house and doing anything other than being very healthy and clean.
Yeah.
Very clean and healthy, to being sweaty, dirty, and not as healthy.
Yeah, but
and it all went well, and I did myself right with food and stuff.
I'm really proud of you, Apple.
Me too, man.
Because I've literally, in 25 years, I've never seen you like this, ever.
Yeah, I've never been like this.
And
I've always been a little excess.
But you wear it well. Like you looking after yourself finally is one of the coolest things I've seen. It's like equal to Aaron finally doing that to me.
It was so reassuring this weekend too, like seeing everybody I saw, Joe, even Burns, and they're like looking good.
You
like,
do look good.
Like how surgery went well, looking good. Like that was a reset. It was a reset for me. And
one thing that I heard Jamie say to Tiffany and Ben, I don't know if it was Jamie or I think it was actually Jordan, and he was just like telling both Ben and Tiffany, he's like, man, I really admire you guys sticking to your diet and like, just doing your thing, like kind of, going off and just like making sure that you guys take care of that and you have the way that you guys eat. And however, he said it much more eloquently than I did, but it's a big deal to go away from the group and do what's right for you personally. It's not even that it's peer pressure. It takes a lot of effort to maintain yourself on a daily basis, but then also to do it when everybody else is around and not maybe doing that. And it takes fucking not just willpower, but like
it's called chutzpah.
It's a lot. And
stick-to-itiveness.
And I love that about people. I love that people do that. I was watching Halftime. It was a J-Lo documentary. I'm not the biggest J-Lo fan. I want to be. She's Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. I just want to love her just for that reason. But I don't. Like, whatever. She's cool. She's freaking dope in her own way. But I just never cared for her that much. However, after watching that documentary, and this girl has worked so dang hard since the day that she got in the business. I mean, she is a dancer. She's an actress. She's a freaking musician. She is an icon. Like, everybody knows who J-Lo is, and she's gorgeous. And in there you see her freaking sweating and freaking pumping iron and fucking pull-ups and like dancing her ass off and like crying. And like, I'm sure there was a lot of editing, so it wasn't as honest as it could be. I heard she's a diva. She's like telling people don't look at her when they drive her and shit like that. Like, there's a lot to her, but anybody who can go the mile for themselves, I have so much respect for. And you guys are doing that, and I'm really proud of both of you.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
In your own way.
Appreciate
Oh my God, I'm Jimmy from the block.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm Aaron from the street.
The guy, yeah.
Aaron from the Avenue. You gotta match Aaron from the Avenue.
Okay.
All right.
You seem like more of an Avenue.
Yeah,
guy.
he does definitely the fucking.
Kind of. It's like a little ritzy, but not
Yeah.
too much. The Avenue.
It's bouge.
Yeah.
It's not bougie.
Yeah. Yeah, just bouge.
Oh
Aaron's
man,
bouge.
I just want to say a personal thank you to everybody that we saw and that we spent time with this weekend. And
Yes.
y'all, we love every single one of you so freaking much.
Absolutely.
It's like yeah, it sounds like an award show and I'm giving my thanks, but I really mean that. Like, and y'all know that. I'll never forget it. Never forget it.
Yep. There's nothing better.
And I just want to say
all
a
I know.
special we love you to Josh, and that's all. I'll keep
Josh.
it at that.
Yeah. Love you, Josh, and we love you, Seattle. Thanks for
Yeah.
frickin'.
And Phish.
Thanks for hosting an incredible event and having that climate pledge arena. That's pretty awesome.
And hey, Trey, we'll see you at Dick's, buddy.
No,
right.
we'll see you
we'll
at the
see you
bowl.
at Hollywood Bowl.
Well,
Yeah, we'll see you
the
at
Hollywood
Dick's
Bowl is
later,
over
too.
now. We'll see you at Dick's.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm living in the future right now from the past. All right, everybody. You know what that means.
What?
It's the end of the show. Now it's the time when we're going to go away and I'm going to go pack right now. That's what I'm going to do.
And if you're traveling, travel safe.
Please do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Travel smart,
Don't
not
travel
travel safe.
dangerous.
Yes.
So until next time, we'll see you on Friday with another episode. But until then, smile as stranger, safety third, wash your hands, hydrate, and
look forward to the Skull and Roses recap and Phish recap
That's
that
right.
we're going to have
Hey,
coming
and
up
if you
now.
can meet us and join us at Skull and Roses, well, this is coming out after that, and we hope you did.
Then make sure you make it in 2024.
That's right.
see you there. We love you guys. See you next week. Peace.
Like twists and turns, a mission turning, it's a journey. Wish the world has many problems, but it's a burden. Valley needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? One simple road. My windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hey listeners, I want to tell you about the April-May 2023 issue of Relics magazine. Features a Dave Matthews Band cover story with additional articles and interviews with The National, Graham Nash, Wayne Shorter, ALO, Ivan Neville, our friend Eric Krasno and Stanton Moore, Marty Stewart, and much more. Check out the latest version of Relics and subscribe now at relics.com/DMB. Thanks, Relics.
Hi, this is Henry Kay, host of the #1 music history podcast, Rootsland. Come with me on a journey to Kingston, Jamaica, where we explore the world of reggae music and the untold stories of some of the genre's greatest legends. From the ghettos and tenement yards where the music was born, to the island's iconic recording studios. We are so excited to team up with Osiris Media, the leading storyteller in music, because as you'll hear, sometimes the story is the best song.